Hi, this is Cheryl Smith with Consider It Done, and I want to welcome you back to photo organization session number 2. So I hope you all had a nice walk down memory lane after our last visit where you had your area set up and you got to go through your pictures and make that first purge. I did a pretty good job with mine as well. You'll notice that the 2 albums I had in session 1 are now gone. I actually pulled the pictures, did some sorting, and then I actually donated one of the albums and I had to throw away the other. It was the magnetic album, and the pictures were coming out. So I have narrowed mine down. I hope you're having just as much success. And do remember, you've been collecting pictures for many, many years, so this job does take a little bit of time. So it's okay if you're at a different space or area of this process than I am. You know what was interesting is we talk about your photos create a story of your life. And that's really the most important thing about photos. The memory, you go to the graduation, you remember everything that happened, and it's stored up in your memory and all the people that were there with you. The picture is just a reminder of that memory. So having the physical picture is important as long as you choose the ones that are most important. And for example, I was going through my daughter's graduation pictures and I realized I had like 30 pictures of her in her cap and gown. I don't think I needed 30 pictures, so I really had to take a look at them. I narrowed them down to 2. The picture where she had the best expression on her face that really spoke to me when I looked at that picture. So I went down from 30 to 2, and that was just one memory, in my memory bank. So know that when you have multiples like that, you just want to narrow it down to the ones that speak to you. So in session 2, we're going to talk about another way to cull down your already sorted pictures. So if you're still sitting with a lot of pictures, this is another way to narrow that. Or if that first method wasn't working for you, this one might work for you better. So we're going to give you some different options for photo organizing. I love this session 2 title because I think it's easy to remember. This is the ABCs of photo organizing. So A stands for album. And yes, I just threw away a couple of albums. But what the A stands for is once you've narrowed down your pictures to the most precious pictures, these are the ones that can go back into an album that will stand the test of time. Make sure you get the acid-free and the good albums with the right paper. These are the ones that you keep out on the table, you keep on the bookshelf, and you look at them, you share them, you talk about them. Because pictures don't do us any good if they're sitting in a box or an album far, far away. So A stands for album. So once you have these most priceless, precious pictures, you can put them back in the album. Now remember, my graduation story, I didn't put all 30 in the album. 2 will go in the album, the 2 that mean the most to me. The B stands for box. So after you've picked your most precious pictures, then you have still a few that you are not sure what to do with, but you think you want to keep the image. Again, get the photo boxes, the ones that will preserve your photos, and keep these to put on, to make digital or digitize or save on the cloud, or have them somewhere where you can access them again, but you don't need to see them all the time. So that's the B. So we're also talking about priorities along the way. And C stands for can or trash can. Again, there's still going to be some that you might feel you need to throw away. So we're going to work from the most precious down to what can go in the trash can. And then the S, when we talk about the ABCs, apostrophe S, S stands for that story that I mentioned at the beginning. These precious photos in the album tell the story of your life, the story that's going to go to your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. So that is the most important thing about this whole process, is that you're leaving a little legacy behind, a little piece of you, and you can do that through pictures and create many stories and memories for your family down the road. So A for album, B for box, secondary, C for trash can, don't need them anymore, and S, create the story. So I hope that helps you out. That is the ABCs of photo organizing. between session 1 and session 2, you should have enough tools in your toolbox to get through these pictures and make a much better selection and keep a much smaller number of pictures in your possession as you downsize and move. So good luck with that. We are going to do one more session on photos, and we'll talk about digital pictures and then how to save physical pictures so you have additional copies in the cloud or using technology to help us with that. So good luck with your organizing. Feel free to send me any questions or comments or show pictures of your success through any of our social media routes. You'll see those at the end of the video. Good luck. Cheryl Smith, consider it done.